Hello YouTube, I'm going to talk to you today about how to change the oil in your car. Most of this is pretty universal. The car that I'm working on today is a Honda Civic, 03 Honda Civic. Main things that you're going to need is you're going to need an oil pan, a filter, you're going to need a funnel, and then you're also going to need the oil as well. For this engine, you can see on here it says 5W20. That's the weight of oil that you're going to want to use for this particular vehicle. Different vehicles will, they'll change from one to another. It's also a good idea to check your fluids as well, but right now we're just going to focus on changing the oil. The first thing that I did was I went underneath the car. And you're going to want to locate the oil pan drain plug, which is going to be about in the center of the vehicle. You want to make sure that you're dealing with the oil pan, and then the filter is going to be underneath there as well. For my vehicle, you're just going to have a nut underneath there. Mine was 11/16. Again, that may vary. Just have a regular set of box wrenches with you. You're going to want to get the oil pan underneath the drain pan and then remove the plug. Let that drain out. Once that drains out, you're not going to want to do it when the engine's really hot. You're going to want to let the engine cool down a little bit first and then let it drain out. And then once that's done, then you've got the filter. This is my filter. I like the Tough Guard right there because it's actually got some grip. This is the Fram Extra Guard, as you can see there. And you're going to want to find the specific oil filter for your car. That's the two things that you're going to need. I picked up both of these at Walmart this morning. Again, I picked up the oil and I picked up the filter. It was under $20 to do both of them, so it's a pretty cheap oil change. You're going to want to make sure that you do this at the recommended rate for your car, but I try and do mine every 3,000 miles regardless of use. I normally end up doing that before 3 months. Some people wait until 5 months, just depends. My oil was pretty dirty, so it's good that I did that. I've already put the plug back in, and I put the new filter on. I went ahead and filled the engine back up. Manufacturers recommended 3.7 quarts. I've got that written here, and I've also got it written on my car as well. That way I know. You never want to put in too much oil. You want to make sure you put in just the right amount. And you'll fill it here. Let that fill up, and then kind of let it level out. A lot of people recommend let the car sit, let everything settle out for a few minutes, then start it up. After you start it up, then you can pull the dipstick and make sure that you don't have too much, you don't have too little in. Other fluids you might want to check while you're at it. One of the easiest ones to check would be your windshield wiper fluid, which is right here. On this particular vehicle, also got your brake fluid for your power steering up there, brake fluid here, and then your radiator as well. You're only going to want to check this when it's cool out. If you check it when it's hot, you're going to burn yourself because you've got all of that hot coolant that's running through the vehicle. This is the overfill right here for this particular vehicle. Yours may vary from time to time. It's also a good time to check your terminal posts. Looks like I've got a little bit of corrosion on there, so I may go ahead and change those as well. And then also on this vehicle, the air filters there, I normally check that about every 2 or 3 different services. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. But just an overview of what a general oil change would look like. Alright, thank you.